Today is a great day to be talking on our channel, Survive and Thrive, about two cryptocurrency exchanges that are available for people to buy stock in. Now, for me personally, I don't have a holding in either one of these exchanges. The first is Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN, and the second is Voyager, ticker symbol VYGVF. I wanted to do a quick summary and comparison of the two exchanges, and I'll start first with Coinbase. Taking a look at this article from Markets Insider, Coinbase sinks to the lowest level since its IPO as newly public companies struggle. This is from Isabel Lee on May 6th. And it goes on to say that the shares have tumbled to their lowest price since the company's hotly anticipated NASDAQ direct listing on April 14th. The stock price of the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the US slipped 8.16% to $251.85 at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, continuing its slide for the fourth straight day. It was trading 5.5% lower to $257.98 as of 3:40 Eastern Time. Now, I know that most of you that have continued to follow this, you're seeing that there's a lot of volatility with this particular exchange and the share price valuation, which is directly tied to the volatility of crypto in general. While Coinbase's debut saw volatile trading through the day, the company had a valuation on a fully diluted basis of about $86 billion by the end of the session. The stock had a $250 per share reference price, which in all honesty, my personal research before they listed, I thought that $200 was actually a very high valuation. And to see them come in at this $250 reference price and then actually open at $381 that same day and hitting a high of $429 while reversing course to trade as low as $310. Like I said, it just goes to show you that just like crypto, this can be a very volatile space to invest in, even though you don't have direct exposure to crypto. From a fundamental standpoint, institutional investors may be worried to dip their toes into Coinbase as the stock appears to be priced at a very high multiple. The lack of a lockup period is also a reason that gives insiders and early investors little incentive to hold their shares. So once again, outside of just the volatility that's created by crypto and how quickly it can move up and down, there's also the ability for day traders and short-term investors to really make the price fluctuate as they're trying to buy low and sell high and take those profits in the short term. Coinbase also does not offer trading in cryptocurrencies that have been seeing explosive rallies in the past few days, such as Dogecoin, which is the meme token that I know everybody's aware of. And they've seen a 13,000 gain year to date. Coinbase has been in a steady decline since its debut, as many cryptocurrency traders have begun betting big on altcoins and tokens on other exchanges, while some have decided to directly hold their cryptos in a wallet. I think that we all know that the way that Coinbase makes their money is by membership fees, meaning that as you buy and sell crypto, there's a percentage, and they collect that percentage every time one of those transactions happen. So that's another reason, as I looked at this IPO and the high valuation in Q1 of Coinbase and their revenue for this year compared to the whole last year, and then making more money in Q1 than last year, I really knew that they set their targets very high. So I was very skeptical that this high share price was going to be able to be maintained for very long. So when Coinbase came out, like I mentioned, April 14th, they were at $310 per share. And you can see from this current market summary, the share price is $224. Like I said, for me personally, $200 still seems high. And to be honest, I would rather have direct exposure to crypto than buying into an exchange. So for me, I don't know that I'll ever have a holdings with this exchange, but I do think that Coinbase is one of the best, most user-friendly, and well-known exchanges out there. And if anybody's interested in getting into directly investing into crypto, I'll leave a referral link below. For every $100 of Bitcoin that you buy, you get $10 free, and I get a matching reward. So it's a great thing for crypto and the developing community, and also getting you a little bit of extra crypto. Now jumping over to Voyager, this article in Seeking Alpha, Voyager digital sell-off will be short-lived. Let's go through some key points. Shareholders of Voyager Digital have been one of the true rocket rides of the current market environment, with shares trading at just under $3 at Christmas and soaring to a high of over $30 in early April, representing a 10x return in just a few months. Michael Byrne, who wrote this article, was recommending Voyager in early February as a potential buy, with shares trading at $9.40 at the time of the publication. The rocket engine seems to have sputtered, with shares taking a 50% haircut from the high of $30.20 to an intraday low of $15.50 on April 21st at the time of this writing. So for me, if I was comparing this with Coinbase, obviously the shares are a lot cheaper if it was something that you wanted to invest in. And as I always say, definitely do your own research, because you really need to understand how the business operates and how they make money. I haven't done a deep dive with Voyager, but I do know that the way that they are able to pay for staking rewards or an interest on the cryptos that you hold with them is that they are loaning out your crypto to others, whether that's institutions or other buyers and sellers. And supposedly they have enough liquidity to be able to do that and pay you those rates. But like with any company and any investment, make sure you're doing your due diligence and really have a good understanding of how they operate, how they make money, and how your investment is going to grow, and the overall vision for where they're headed in the future. Now, it does talk about onboarding challenges. Those who look at the stock discussion on social media sites have probably heard ad nauseum from customers complaining that they are still waitlisted for accounts. And I'll do a video on this because it actually took me almost 4 weeks. I had heard 2 to 3 weeks to actually open a Voyager account. And to be honest, I'm still a little skeptical if I should start putting money or buying crypto through this exchange. I do know that the CEO, Steven Ehrlich, and their team is very proactive. I get emails almost daily, every other day, on updates or issues that they're addressing. And once things are getting fixed, they're very good about getting an email out to let people know that as well. In one of the many emails addressing the subject to the Voyager community, Ehrlich stated that 1, they are no longer accepting deposits from banks that they believe are not doing enough to ensure fraud prevention. 2, customers must have the funds available in their bank account to cover a deposit, although if the account is in good standing, they will give you instant credit. And 3, deposited funds cannot be withdrawn until they are cleared by the banking system. These seem like very good, reasonable steps by the company to do their part and make sure that they're validating people who are investing their money in their exchange. And it seems like this would be the natural course for any exchange to make sure that they are doing their validation. I do know that there is a connection with the CEO, Stefan Ehrlich, and I believe he has had some time or was one of the upper executives at E-Trade. So one of the aspects I would be looking at with Voyager in terms of long-term growth is that they have the potential to expand into other divisions, whether that's credit cards, loans, or possibly even stocks. It seems that when I compare Coinbase and Voyager, in my mind, if I was going to invest into one of these crypto exchanges, I would definitely lean more towards Voyager. Now, NASDAQ listing has not been discussed, but seems like it will be inevitable. To list on the NASDAQ, applicants must satisfy certain financial, liquidity, and corporate governance requirements to be approved for listing on one of the NASDAQ's 3 tiers. Some of the major requirements include a share price of above $4 for X amount of days, market value north of 100 million, either 450 unrestricted round lot shareholders, 2,200 shareholders, or 550 shareholders, and an average monthly trading volume of over 1.1 million over the last 12 months. Voyager has not traded below $4 since January 5th, boasts a market cap of over 2.5 billion, daily volume that often exceeds this monthly volume requirement. And while there are other minor requirements, overall it seems like Voyager should easily clear the bar to be included on the NASDAQ. Now that would be definitely a big catalyst for them because it gives them more market exposure to investors, and going from OTC to a NASDAQ listing is a boost of confidence for those that want to buy in. And I'll be watching to see if Voyager actually decides to pursue this direct listing and get them to be a bigger player within the stock market. Now, another aspect that Voyager has going for it is that it has over 55 digital assets available for trading. Now, it's a huge number, and I don't know how that compares to Coinbase, but I know that they have a lot of options, and Coinbase does too. So just as with Coinbase, Voyager also has exposure to overall crypto volatility, which will be reflected in their share price. Taking a look at VYGVF, you can see that their current share price is $17.40. So anything under $20, I mean, this seems like it would be a good entry point if it's a company that you would be interested in starting a position and creating a holding. So that's really all I wanted to touch on today. Like I mentioned, I don't have holdings in either one of these exchanges, and so I haven't purchased any shares for either Coinbase or Voyager. But crypto is about a 10 to 15% portion of my overall portfolio. And so for me, I would rather directly invest into the cryptos and ride the volatility as opposed to an exchange. But for those of you that may not have as much comfort directly investing into crypto, then this might be a nice alternative to involve yourself with the crypto space. I would love to hear others' thoughts if they have holdings in either one of these exchanges and where they think they might be headed in terms of share price in the next year to 3 to 5 years. And if you were able to gain anything valuable from this video, definitely hit the like button. Make sure that you also subscribe and turn on that bell, as each week I continue to upload videos about financial education strategies, different companies that might be a good investment from a stock market standpoint, and crypto projects out there that I see being the next wave of the future, and really being able to take advantage now to build a lot of growth in the next few years and beyond. As always, be good out there, make it a great week, and don't just survive, thrive!